Okay, team, I'm going to show you how to do a return in RTPOS. So first of all, I'm going to go into the transactions area. And let's just say that I'm returning an accessory first of all. So let me show you how to, I'm going to look up a sale from earlier today at Tuttle. And I can see that my Tuttle Familia sold this item here. And so this is receipt number 80316. So there's two ways to do a return. First is inside of the cash register here, the invoice entry, you can do refund. So if you're returning anything except for a payment, you do return device or items. If you're returning a Qpay payment, you go here. I'll show you how to combine those later. So in this case, we're just returning an accessory. I have the invoice number, and this is it. Look up and proceed. What would I like to return? I'm going to be refunding this. So this is very important. It automatically puts it into RMA status, which is basically you can't resell that. So if you take back an accessory, make sure that it qualifies under the return policy, right? It's got to be within 7 days. It's got to be brand new, in brand new condition, in the package, resellable, etc., or it can't be returned. So in this case, I'm going to click refund, press select. It's going to add it as a negative item into my cart. And when I go to checkout, it's going to let me do it cash or card. The other way to do that is going to be to go to invoice listing. And this is the second way to do a return. And you can search your store and what day the invoice happened and go ahead and select that invoice. And you select, double click it here, and right here is the refund button. And you can say exactly which item on the invoice you want to return. And it goes to the same thing. A quick note here, when something's in the cart as a negative, until you tender it, it basically hasn't happened. So at this point, customer says, oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to keep it. Okay, exit. We're good to go. So now I'm going to show you how to process a Metro Promise return. Customer comes in with a bag in their hand and they have an issue. First, we troubleshoot that issue, obviously. We want to try to solve 100% of our customers' issues. So we try to troubleshoot this issue. This is an issue that's beyond our ability to troubleshoot, and unfortunately, we have to do a Metro Promise. So first of all, does this device meet the Metro Promise guidelines? Is it under 7 days, under an hour of talk time, brand new condition with the box, etc., etc.? Yes. Okay. So let's come here to transactions. And again, there's two ways I can do it. I can do it via the refund button here, or I can pull up the invoice and do it from there. I'm going to do it from the refund button. So I'm going to return device or items. And I have the invoice number. It's 80311. And what am I going to return? Okay, so the customer, we're going to return the phone. It's going to ask me, do you wish to exchange to another serial with the same carrier? No, this is an example of where it's just we're returning the phone, unfortunately. We don't charge restocking fees, so don't worry about those. And we're going to return his gel case because he has everything with it. It's brand new. I can repackage it and sell it. This was earlier today. This customer didn't even open this charger. The tempered glass, I'm not going to return because I can't resell that. And I'm not going to select the activation payment. I'm going to do that here in a second through a different way. This is how you return a payment in RT. So keep in mind that when you're returning a payment in RT, the only way to do this is to go to the refund button, refund void payment, and you type in the customer's phone number. You can only void a transaction the same day. It is not a 24-hour rule. It is a same-day rule. If you do a transaction today, you can return it later today, but you cannot return it tomorrow. So I'm going to type in this customer's phone number. if I'm able to void it, it'll give me a red button here that says void. So as you can see, there's a red button here that says void. I'm going to show you something different. I'm going to type in my phone number and show you what that would look like when someone has multiple payments on their account and you can't void them. You'll see that there's no void button. But in this case, we're able to void this customer's payment. I'm going to void that payment. You're about to void a payment transaction? Yes. So now I have the full amount that I'm going to return to the customer, which is $216.96. I have their J7 that they purchased for only $90. What a bargain. And I have their accessories. And because it was the same day and because those accessories qualified for the return policy, I'm able to return those. And I have their payment. So now all I would do is press checkout. And I would check out however way I would like, whether it's cash or credit. Keep in mind, when you do a return, it does text your manager letting them know about that, so be expecting a quick call or text from them asking what's going on. Similarly, when you have negative items in your cart, this includes Qpay payments. If I exit, I haven't returned those items. So, for example, this payment is negative. Even though I pressed void, it hasn't officially been voided until I tender the transaction. In this case, I'm going to press exit, and that phone has not been officially returned and that payment has not been voided. Those customers are good to go to enjoy that device. Thank you for this lesson. Have a great day.